Good afternoon, everyone. This is the doctor. I hope you're having a wonderful day on this Wednesday afternoon. I know I am. I got a surprise day off because school is starting a day later, so I get to enjoy that for the rest of the day with Giant. Now, this video is going to cover some of the units that are less thought of. I know everyone is all about those UR and MR units, but if you're like me, you have gaps on your team and you're hitting that barrier of resources to awaken and limit break your units, but you might have the resources to awaken and limit break units who are not UR or MR, that can still be very viable on your team. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go over a unit from every single element that is either SR, R, or N that you can have on your team that will be viable for any element and that you can level up to level 79 in preparation for guild battles in case you have your units like Stern that is trapped at level 60. Because I promise I have a Stern that's trapped at level 60, and I'm really starting to think that if I had a Zazz on level 79, that is going to kick someone's ass over a Stern level 60. So let's go ahead and hop into the units tab, and I have it all pre-laid out for you guys. And, oh, sorry, we're going to the formations tab, not the units tab. Now, there's of course going to be some disagreements here with my choices, and that's okay. We are all, pretty much every unit is viable, and I'm going to go over the reason I choose these units and why I think these units might be really great. So for our Earth element, for our SR, we got Murmur, and she is a red mage, and she really capitalizes on that balance of caster and physical, because she has the Dragoon, she has the Black Mage, and she has a lot of really good passives, and I think her access to Cura, her access to Stonera early in the beginning, she's just going to have a lot of resources if you level her up all the way. Now, a couple of things I'm looking at for her here are all the attack plus she has. I personally don't think she would be used a lot for her magic. I think you're probably going to be using her as a physical support, so that would be a red mage sub-dragoon. You notice here she has jamming thrust, which has quite the range on it. She also has up here burst slash, which is one of the more stronger knockback dragoon techniques. She has great passive. She has initial AP up, which is going to be great. She has Pierce Mastery as well as Mage's Protection, which is going to raise magic attack resistance. So let's say you want her to survive those Medinas out there, you could set this as a passive for her. She has passive TP up. She has initial AP up. Her capability to jump in there and deal physical damage is going to be great. She has Nighthawk. She can also cast spells. She can raise her critical hit rate. I think really you're going to be building her for a physical type of assault, either using Nighthawk or using Jamming Thrust. But again, Vacuum Slash is also good, and you can see it has a little bit longer range than the Burst Slash, so she's going to be able to hit those Medinas as long as she's able to act first. Her only drawbacks are going to be, one, she's going to be Red Mage, and two, she's not going to have the amount of agility that most other units on our list have. But if you're looking for a good stone unit that isn't your Mont, that is flexible, I would recommend using Murmur on your team. And plus, she has a really good TMR that you can check out as well. Now, for light units, if you're looking for a good SR unit, we have, we have Phoebe here, and a lot of you guys have probably heard about Phoebe because she is a time mage, and she's one of the time mages that is very easily accessible for you. First out, just to call out, her TMR is going to give you agility +5 and defense +11. Incredible TMR. Definitely worth leveling her just for the fact that her TMR is so good. Now, if we go into her abilities, she is one of the time mages that gets access to haste really early. You can see here that she has haste right here, and she also jumps right into getting speed cast. So if you're looking for someone to quickly buff your units, I would actually say she is probably better than an MR unit like Helena in the beginning, because I think her ability to access haste, it's going to take you a long time to awaken Helena all the way. And the fact that she has haste, immobilize, and comet are going to be great PvP strategies, great buffing strategies in order to use her and grow her. She does have null CT changes. She does have jump +1, which are always bonuses. You can set those in the background. You can see she has access to Meteor and Comet, which are going to be good debuffs, or good attacks, sorry. She does get Slow, which is going to be a good debuff. Float, not too good. Transposition, not as good either, but she does have access to some TP plus, initial AP plus. She does have access to HP plus and March of Saints. So you're probably going to be setting that HP plus, you're probably going to be setting that speed cast, give her that little bit more survivability, make her a little bit more useful on the battlefield. She does get stop, she does get regenerator, which is what I would probably be setting on her, but she also gets slow counter, which again, that's pretty good as well. She also gets access to Quicken, which you have to awaken her to 6 stars in order to get. And if you don't know, Quicken basically gives you 100% CT on an ally, so it is going to be pretty good. Again, I would probably use her for her haste and her slow. She gets HP plus 15%. So just in the initial, her SR level, don't be fooled. Just because she's an SR, she is still useful, and I would definitely consider leveling her up as your time mage. Now, for Dark Element, we have Little Leela, and Little Leela is kind of, if there's any SR unit on this list that I'm a little bit wary of, it's going to be Little Leela, and that's just because I don't know that we have a Dark Element NR or SR unit that's going to be really incredible. I think if you're looking to fill that Dark Element void right now, you're probably best going with Ryu as an MR unit. I think what he offers is a little bit more. But again, this is a list for SR, R, and N, and I promise to give sort of a review on every single unit that we're touching on. So with her, you do get Providence of Light, which is going to be magic attack and light resistance. You get Divine Protection, which is going to be debuff resistance. Again, the passives are not super incredible. You get your HP up, which adds some survivability. She does get AP break. She does get Silence Blade. Her big thing, right, is going to be that she can do magic blades on people. So she's going to get something like Dark Blade, which is probably her best ability. It is based on her magic stat, so you can see here it is only 2 spaces away. Not the best technique out there. She does get Shell, she does get Protect, she does get Raise. So I would say overall, if there's any unit on this list I have my doubts on, it's going to be her. Just because I don't think the Spellblade cast is going to be very well. And her TMR also is not that good. It's just Magic 15, Defense 5. It's not the quality we're really looking for. So if there's anyone here that I am doubtful of being effective and useful, it's going to be her on this list. Now, I think a lot of you guys have asked me about Vadim before in the past, and my opinion on Vadim is that he's going to be good no matter what. First, let's take a look at his TMR here. Gives you Accuracy 7, Defense 11. Again, not the best. But he has all the classes that are really powerful. So let's go ahead and just shout out, like, any job that's a thief in this game, having Thief's Lure is going to be a huge buff. And he also has attack up. So one, not only are we increasing his movement +1 and raising his agility, he's also going to get that attack bonus. Now, the most important ability when we are talking about thieves is going to be not Steelheart. It's going to be Snipe Dagger. Now, a lot of people talk about Steal Time. Yes, that's a great ability. Yes, he does have access to it. But let's look at Snipe Dagger real quick. So it's going to be a medium damage ranged attack, and it has a range height of 1. And you can see that it actually has really far range on it. And it has a chance to add confusion. So anytime you're looking to add in confusion onto an attack, that's going to be a bonus for you. It's going to be something you're going to want. He also has Mug for your PvE, which will be very effective. You can see he has loads and loads of attack plus. He has loads and loads of agility plus. You can see just where we're looking right now, it's agility +5. He has some dexterity plus. He gets some of the samurai abilities like Meditate. He gets Hayate. He gets Steelheart, which again is kind of But he does get Third Eye as well, which is a great chance of raising own evasion rate for up to 3 turns when taking damage. It's a great counter ability. I love to use it. And then he also gets Blade Soul, raises attack and evasion and lowers defense. And he also gets Quick Action. So his counter list is incredible, and he finally gets an AP plus 20%, and look at that, he even has critical hit on there. So he is, in terms of SR units and lightning, he's one of your god tier SR units. If you're going to invest in someone, I would invest in him because he is super cool, and he has a lot of good abilities. Now, you all saw it coming. Our boy, the man, the one and only, our Zazz. And believe it or not, I am actually leveling Zazz right now. His TMR, not that incredible, but with Zazz, he's an N unit, and he is better than anything, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at his abilities. So Zazz does get attack plus, which is going to be great. He does get the legendary stone throw, which, you know, not that great. He does get a lot of attack plus, which is going to be great. He gets a lot of critical hit. He gets a lot of luck. He does get the steel heart technique. He also does get the snipe dagger technique. So we're seeing again that reoccurrence of thief being a constant want and a constant need. Zazz also has the highest movement in the game, which means he can get up to 6 movement once you get his Thief's Lore down here fully upgraded, which you will be setting, because Thief's Lore is one of the best passives that you can set in the game. He does get Sword Guard and Quick Action for a counter. He gets HP up. He has all of these moves that will enable him to survive, as well as deal damage, so he's really versatile. I think Zazz is one of the best units you can upgrade right now, especially if you have no room on your team, if you're capped on limits for MR and UR units, and you're looking at how you're going to max the levels on the rest of the team members. That's going to be the way to go. Now, of course, we're going to jump into some of the R units here. We do have one more SR on our list. For Wind Element, we're going to look at Mia, and she does have accuracy 11, defense 5 on her TMR. Not that bad, but Mia here has got the same thing that the last two have. She is a Thief class, and of course with Thief class comes Thief's Lore, acquired AP up. Because she is a Spellblade as well, she's going to get Spirit up as well, or sorry, a Cleric. She's going to get Mug, she's going to get Snipe Dagger, again, incredible steal time early. Look at that, she gets a beautiful agility plus 10%. You can see she has agility plus marked all over her board. She gets HP plus. She is going to be awesome. She also gets quick action and magic guard, which is really going to make her great for you. Now, if you're looking for an easy unit, if you're looking for a unit just to level and to have you snipe dagger, she's going to be it. She's cheap, she's easy, she's effective. She's going to go in there and just snipe dagger the shit out of these people. So I would highly recommend Mia. I think her, Zazz, and Vadim are going to be some of the best units. Now, fire units are a little bit difficult to talk about because everyone has Y'shtola and everyone's awakened Y'shtola. But I'm going to make the argument that Miche here is actually a better unit than Y'shtola. And I know you people are like, what the hell are you talking about? Y'shtola is a free unit. Everybody has her maxed and limit broken. You know, what does Miche have that Y'shtola doesn't? Well, let's talk about easy access to Fira and Firaga, for one. He has access to Fira almost immediately. He has access to Firaga as well, which is more damage than we have with Y'shtola. She only has Scion's Fira, right? Not Siren's Firaga. He's also sub-thief, so he gets Thief Lore, which means he gets +1 movement and more agility plus. He gets initial AP up. He also gets Snipe Dagger, so there's that physical aspect as well. How often are you with a mage where you can't cast, that CT time's not going to cast fast enough, and you're going to pop out that Snipe Dagger, right? What if you have an enemy who's weak to confusion? It's a great option just to pop in there and to use. Not only that, he gets agility plus, he has AP plus 20%, he has Ranger Lore. For those of you that don't know, it's range +1 and range is accuracy. He gets his acquired AP up. I mean, he is just great. He also gets Focus, which reduces activation time and raises missile attack, but we're not going to talk about that because I don't think that's going to be as relevant. Neither is the Ranger Lore as that Magic Up, that Thief Lore. He's just a really good unit, and I think he also has access to flares, you can see up here. I honestly think he's probably better than Y'shtola, and I know there's people out there who are like, what the fuck, you're trampling on my Y'shtola. You're damn right I am, because Y'shtola is a pretty trash unit. She always gets one-shotted when I'm against her in PvP. You know, it's the first thing I do, see an Y'shtola, here we go, run him out, shuriken, dead, you know, useless. So having a mage with more agility on him, having a mage that's able to move faster than Y'shtola, I think would probably be better than Y'shtola in the long run. You also have the Magician's Cap. It's going to be Mag 11, defense out of 5, not too bad. And then our final unit on the list is the current unit that I'm leveling, and that's going to be Serge. And Serge, he is a Lancer, and he's got some tanking abilities with him, so let's hop in here and look at his abilities. Now you can see I've been leveling him. He does have an interesting combination of abilities here. He has a lot of attack up, he gets the Spirit up and the Paladin's Guard. So the main goal of Serge, as I've been thinking about him and as I've been leveling him, is that I can get him in on a PvP team and he's going to be able to survive, right? When I get him against an enemy Medina, he's going to be able to take that hit. When he's against an enemy, Stern, he'll take the shuriken hit. He's someone who is going to be able to act, take that hit, and then attack for hard damage. So when I'm thinking about him, I'm looking at Doom, right? Because we have units like Engelbert, which are going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. I'm looking at abilities like Burst Slash right here. I'm also looking at abilities, I think it's Saintly Cross here. There you go. So it's an AoE attack damage. And then I'm looking at Vacuum Slash, right? Because Vacuum Slash is amazing. It is piercing and raises your own critical hit rate for 3 turns. It's one of those techniques that's just badass. Now, also, Taunting Blade has a great range, and it's going to be a cross attack when it goes out. So he's not only going to have great survivability, he's also going to have AoE and far range. He also has that famous Sentinel ability that you see Engelbert popping all the time when you're facing him in PvP. So he has kind of this build that's going to enable him to survive. And let's not forget the agility plus 10% over there in the corner. Critical again, he's going to be great. He's one of those units I think you could actually use in PvP and will actually be effective. So he is one of the units that I'm currently actually leveling in my roster right now, because all my MR units, all of my UR units are all capped on their attack, they're capped on their leveling, and I don't have the capacity to level them anymore. Alright guys, that's all I have for this video. These are all the units that I would recommend who are R or SR. Look forward to more in-depth videos on all of them as we explore all of their abilities and do full reviews on them in the future. But I did get advised, and I did get told by people in my Twitch channel that they wanted me to make this video. Shout out to Phoebe, who thought it would be a good idea for me to do this and get it out there to you guys, because there's a lot of you who aren't able to level your MR units, aren't able to level your UR units, and you're looking at the SRs and Rs and you're like, God, but they're not a UR, do I really want to level them? And the answer is yes, they can be viable, they will make you competitive right now. UR units are not the bread and butter of the game as much as the SR and R units are, so be sure you're getting in there, be sure you're looking at them. Thank you so much for the support, you guys. I really love y'all coming in and watching these videos and leaving comments and leaving, everything. Make sure you jump on my Twitch. I'm streaming every night around 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you drop that follow. I'm on there a lot. I do stream earlier in the day other games. Currently, I'm working on Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I know most of y'all don't want to see that Final Fantasy VII Remake because you want to experience it yourselves. So I'm there with you. I hear you, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.